Rome didn't just kill its enemies, it killed its greatest orator, its richest general, and the man who nearly destroyed it, each one undone by the exact system that made them powerful. Spartacus, 73 BC. A Thracian gladiator in a training school in Capua. Not a general, not a king. He breaks out with 70 men using kitchen knives and roasting spits. Rome sends a praetor to handle it. A policing matter. The praetor loses. Rome sends another. He loses too. By 72 BC, Spartacus commands an army of 90,000. And both consular legions sent against him are defeated in the field. Rome stops treating it as a policing matter. Crassus takes command of 8 legions. He revives decimation, the punishment where every 10th soldier in a cowardly unit is executed by his own men. Then he builds a wall, 37 miles of ditch and rampart across the entire toe of Italy, sealing Spartacus in with no exit north. One escape remained, the Alps. Spartacus reached them. His own army refused to leave. From that decision, the outcome was arithmetic, not strategy. Spartacus knew it. Before the final battle, he killed his own horse. If he won, the enemy had plenty. If he lost, he would not need one. He fought toward Crassus personally. He killed 2 centurions before he was surrounded. His body was never recovered. 6,000 survivors were captured. Crassus crucified every one of them along the Appian Way, 1 cross every 35 meters for 120 miles. Travelers entering Rome walked between the dead for years. The slave system that created Spartacus determined the scale of his punishment. Rome's response was proportional to its fear, and it left the answer standing on both sides of its most important road. Cicero, 43 BC, Rome's greatest orator, former consul, the most powerful voice in the Senate, delivers 14 consecutive speeches dismantling Mark Antony's claim to power. Then Antony gets the legal authority to write death lists. Cicero's name goes on first. The second triumvirate, Antony, Octavian, Lepidus, issue the prescriptions. Political murder legalized. Octavian had been Cicero's political project for 3 years. Cicero had elevated him, defended him publicly, called him the future of Rome. Octavian argued against including Cicero's name for 2 days. Then he surrendered it. Cicero fled south toward the coast. He changed direction, turned back, changed direction again. His brother Quintus was captured and killed. His nephew too. Cicero kept moving without committing to a single route. Near Formiae, soldiers caught his litter on the road. The centurion leading them was Herennius, a man Cicero had once successfully defended in a murder trial. Cicero told him, "There's nothing proper about what you are doing, soldier, but do try to kill me properly." He leaned out of the litter and bared his neck. His head and both hands were severed and taken to Rome. Antony had them nailed to the rostra, the speaking platform where Cicero had delivered every major oration of his career. Before the public display, Antony's wife Fulvia is recorded to have desecrated the head. Vengeance for the speeches that had targeted her husband. The Philippics made him Antony's primary target. The Republic's collapse removed every legal protection. Octavian's decision closed the last exit. The greatest orator in Roman history had his voice and his hands displayed on the platform where they had once ruled the city. Sejanus, October 18, 31 AD, the second most powerful man in the Roman Empire, sits in the Senate chamber as a letter from Emperor Tiberius is read aloud. He does not yet know what the letter contains. Sejanus had built everything methodically. Commander of the Praetorian Guard, 12,000 soldiers, the only military force in Italy. De facto ruler of Rome, while Tiberius governed from the island of Capri. Co-consul with the emperor himself. Senators visited him each morning like a second court. 8 years earlier, he had poisoned Tiberius's son Drusus through a palace eunuch. The murder went undetected. He then destroyed Germanicus's family. Wife exiled, son starved, or driven to suicide. Each move consolidated his position. Each move left no independent base beneath him. Everything rested on one man's trust. The letter began with routine matters. Tiberius's handwriting, read by a magistrate, moved slowly through administrative items. Senators listened. Then mild criticism of Sejanus appeared. Then sharper language. Sejanus watched the senators around him begin, almost imperceptibly, to shift in their seats away from him. The letter ended with the order for his arrest. Sejanus had not moved. He sat as the room emptied around him. He was taken out and attacked by the crowd in the street, executed by strangulation that evening. His body was thrown down the Gemonian stairs and left for 3 days before being cast into the Tiber. Sejanus controlled 12,000 soldiers, had murdered an emperor's son, and dismantled an imperial family. A single letter ended it in one Senate session. In imperial Rome, proximity to the emperor was both the source and the ceiling of all power. Remove the source, and nothing beneath it exists. Crassus, 55 BC, the wealthiest man in Rome, 200 million sesterces, the finances that held the republic together, invades Parthia without provocation, without Senate authorization, and without military necessity. Caesar had Gaul. Pompey had his eastern campaigns. Crassus had money. He wanted a war. The Armenian king Artavasdes offered a northern route, safer terrain, cavalry support, better odds. Crassus declined. He marched 7 legions directly across open Mesopotamian desert, horse archer country, the worst possible ground for heavy infantry. At Carrhae, the Parthian cavalry encircled the Roman formations and maintained continuous fire. The legions locked shields. The arrows kept coming. Crassus sent his son Publius forward with a cavalry charge to break the pressure. Publius rode out. The Parthians feigned retreat, drew the cavalry away from the main force, and destroyed it. Then they carried Publius's head back on a spear and paraded it in front of his father's lines. Crassus watched from the Roman formation. His army was breaking. 20,000 soldiers were already dead. The survivors were near mutiny. His officers forced him into a parley with the Parthian commander. During the meeting, a scuffle broke out. Crassus was killed. His head was sent to the Parthian royal court, where it arrived during a wedding feast. An actor performing a scene from Euripides used the head as a stage prop, a final humiliation for a man who had treated war as performance. The richest man in Rome died because he needed a war more than the war needed him. Every warning ignored. Every tactical advantage surrendered. Every decision made for personal glory rather than military logic. Mithridates, 6 of Pontus, 63 BC, a king who had fought Rome for 25 years, 3 wars, 3 of Rome's greatest generals, and the organized massacre of 80,000 Roman and Italian civilians in Asia Minor in a single coordinated day. Rome never stopped looking for him. After his final defeat by Pompey, Mithridates fled to the northern coast of the Black Sea, still planning, still calculating a route through the Danube and into Italy. His subjects rebelled. His son Pharnaces turned against him. Cornered in his last fortress with no army and no allies, he reached for the tool he had prepared his entire life. As a child, after his father was poisoned at a royal banquet, Mithridates had begun consuming sub-lethal doses of poison daily, building immunity compound by compound, year by year. He had tested antidotes on condemned prisoners. He carried poison next to his sword everywhere he went for exactly this moment. His 2 young daughters asked to drink first. He let them. They died immediately. Mithridates drank the same dose. Nothing happened. He paced to accelerate the effect. His body, immunized across decades, rejected the death he had chosen. The defense he had spent his life constructing would not let him die. He asked his Gallic bodyguard Bitoides to use a sword. "I have fortified myself against the poison of others," he said. Like a fool, Bitoides obliged. Mithridates fought Rome for 25 years. He survived every army, every general, every assassination attempt. The preparation that kept him alive through all of it, the practice that still carries his name in medical literature today, Zal, became the mechanism that trapped him at the end. Rome did not kill Mithridates. His own defense did.